Not sure if I appreciate it or not. Oh my god, I'm missing an eyeball. Where'd my eyeball go? Uh-oh. Oddly, well, I guess it is the one that seems to be popping out. It's gonna get glued in eventually, but currently it's kind of loose because still gotta do all the fancy latex and all that good jazz. So yeah, look forward to that sometime in the near future. Hey, we got a couple of people. Anyways, listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve. Just messing around with this for a few minutes for the stream before we go and do some unboxings. One thing is, once I get the latex down, I won't have to worry about some of the stuff popping out anymore. So I can do this with the top of the lip. Bugs me, they've only got one eye. He's like a pirate Godzilla. Or Barney. He could be kind of anything right now, to be honest. Ugh. Oh, yeah, I forgot this part isn't glued in very well down here. I was like, I'm going to make my hands slightly more comfortable. And it just jammed my finger right through the bottom of this piece. But anyways, this is the puppet head I'm currently working on. It's actually something I started a long time ago. With I had this like top form kind of made, and then it's just been hanging out in my closet of projects that kind of got lost to time. And then recently I seen I can't remember the full name on Instagram, but his name is Yoshino. He makes little Godzilla heads, puppets, and like upper bodies. And I seen him working on stuff, and it kind of got me into the mood to get around to working on this again. So we're gonna try to get this put together sometime in the near future. But today's progress is I chopped the mouth off, I chopped the bottom of the neck off, and kind of retweaked the top of this a little bit. Added the eyebrows because originally I was missing those, and I just kind of had it needled in so that it would actually at least get the shape. I finally glued them on and cut it to form. I think the front of the mouth might be a little too long. It's either the front or the back. Think about either cutting the back up a little bit or taking a little bit more off the front. Not sure yet. I gotta really look at it some more. It's gonna bug me. He had an eyeball when I came in here. Oh, it's under the jaws. I was like, I know I had it when I peeked it in here. So like I said, I hadn't glued them in yet. And then I also cut out the inside of the mouth. And then put some cardboard underneath. So I got something for my hands to grip onto. And then I'm going to put some cloth over this and then latex it up. Give it some texturing. Same with when we go to add the teeth later. Depending, I was thinking about trying to get this to look like 55. I think is going to be what I would like to do. Which is kind of why I didn't go super crazy on the front section here. I only dug it in quite a bit on the side here. Because for the most part, from what I could tell, the front still stays pretty solid. And keep it for the close-up looks, and then just give them the big teeth on the mouth. Once I figure out the teeth, because right now I'm trying to figure out how high I need this mouth to be to get everything to work. But hopefully once I get everything put into, it'll be able to open up a little bit more. I think I need to cut out a little bit more of a section for my thumb to get into. I think would help quite a bit. Possibly maybe making a cup here just to give my thumb a little bit more leverage instead of just the foam. I like that I can move the front. Give him the snarl a bit. But yeah, so chopped it off. I don't know if you remember, a long time ago, we did a video for Resident Evil. I think it was when Resident Evil 2 came out. Oh, real teeth? I think I'm going to use heat plastic, the thermoplastic, I think is the way I'm going to go with it. Real dog teeth would be weird. Especially if I'm going to be going 55. They got to be pretty big. That'd be a pretty big dog to go along with this guy. But I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. So, anyways, I made a tofu outfit when we did I think it was a live stream. It was for Halloween, and he's been hanging out in my basement ever since. And it's gotten the dog peed on it for a while back, and I cleaned it up, but still discolored the fabric that was on it. So I'm like, well, I was hoping to put some latex on it at some point, so it's not a big deal. And then over time, it's just been sitting and sitting. And I'm like, you know what? I need to do something with this. It's a lot of upholstery foam just kind of hanging around. And then the idea was I was maybe just going to repurpose it for this. And I finally just said, screw it, sat down and did it today. So I took a bunch of layers of it, cut a bunch of circles and made them slightly bigger than each other and just went down and then one with a pair of scissors and a blade and kind of cut it to shape. I think he's got a little bit too much on this side still, but I almost kind of like it being a little oblong. It kind of works with the old-timey feel for this. It's kind of just the way I was saying. Like I said, I think I might want to shift the jaw down just ever so slightly. But the way my hand sits, this is if I put it down farther, it's not very comfortable. Here, it's acceptable anyways. And then the eyes are just little wooden balls that I'll probably end up painting and covering in resin. Then stick them back in once everything gets all kind of form-fitted. But yeah, then also expanded the back of the head a little bit too, because it was very flat. So just kind of working on getting the shape here. Okay, it's still kind of flat here, but I don't think that's going to be as big of a deal because I'm going to be adding, like I said, the dorsal spine's coming along. I think it'll work pretty good. Bear teeth could work. Still a lot of bear teeth. It also make it weird because that adding that stuff to it makes me you're asking for this thing to get possessed by a ghost bear or something of that fact of the matter. And I already got enough ghosty problems around here. I don't need to bring in anything to give me that bad juju. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it so far. We'll see how it looks once I start adding the fabric on top of it. Like I said, I might shear it up a little bit more just to thin it out just a little bit. Because to me, it still looks a bit bulky. Especially on the side profile. I probably need to trim the back of his head a little bit. So when I look at him like this, in person, it's not so bad, but the camera, I don't know, it just makes it seem bigger to me. But I could probably afford to remove a little bit more foam off of it. It'd still be all right. Because like I said, we're going to be layering it back up with some fabric and latex anyways. So that'll be fun. Also, I was going to say, because he also had a YouTube channel. Probably should link it in the description. If I don't forget after the live stream, I might go back through. Because he has little videos of kind of showing the process. It's not super detailed, but you get the gist. And I was always wondering how to do the skin texturing. Because I was thinking of just doing it out of foam, gluing it on, and then going over top of that. But he used, I'm pretty sure it's cotton dipped in latex and then put it on here, it'll cure, and then it'll attach and it gives you that same look. So I'll end up doing that with this, but pretty pumped. So far so good. I forgot to meet the notifications. We'll do that real quick. Or I can hit the wrong button. That's a thing too. Get out of here, everything else. Okay, well, anyways, I had a package arrive. And then we had some stuff hanging out here and also just had some figures to unbox anyways. So one of the things recently found at Target is the new Last Ronin Casey Marie. Super excited. I am almost tempted to get two of these because I almost want to get one to keep in the box for my for our little Casey because she's sort of named after this character. Because I always like the name Casey Jones, and then she happened, and then my wife's wanted her to keep the same middle name everybody else had. with Marie. So I was like, well, we could do Casey Marie, and then kind of ties together my brother. Hopefully not. Well, we'll find out here in not too long. Probably the first thing I unbox. And then this has been here for a hot minute. Kind of need to open it up with the Lost Years April O'Neil. And then my fun one, because I didn't think this was going to be coming in anytime soon, is my Ami Ami box just showed up yesterday. So I got my... I'm going to turn the light around. Just realized one of the lights is facing the wrong direction. I got my delicious dungeon of Lios? I think that's how you say his name. Which, I'm so excited to get it. And happy to get it in. Funny enough, though, is the problem is they were telling me they weren't going to be shipping it anytime soon because of the whole DHL situation. And that's how I was going to ship it. So they were like, okay, well, just sit around. So they were going to hold on. Well, the email was they were going to hold on to it until the tariff situation kind of leveled out, and then they would email me, send it out. Well, it just showed up, and it showed up air small packet. So I'm thinking they just shipped it out air small packet before the whole everything took into effect, because it just got delivered. They didn't try charging me or anything, so that's cool. Problem is I paid way more for shipping than the air small packet, but at least now I didn't have to pay for the extra fees, so I'm not going to complain too much. And then this is the one I've been most excited about, is the Snail sale of Grisa. This figure I'm super so excited for. So we're going to save that one for last. Also excited for this one. Although, I will be fair, the way this one looked, I was just kind of like, whatever. Also, hey, Ninja. I think they could have gave us some better likenesses for this, but it's not bad. Alright, so far so good. The bike is currently looking like it's intact. Moment of truth. How well is it attached in here? Oh, I don't like this. I'm trying to pull it out. The wheel's just like, eh. Trying to turn with it. Oh, that's tight. Like, it spins, but Jesus. I was kind of hoping to be like sort of functional. Not so much. Which I guess is fine. It's just going to stand on a shelf anyway, so kind of whatever. Also, you'll notice I'm just using the phone this time to live stream because I was just lazy and didn't want to hook up the laptop. And also, it's been a little bit harder to show off the puppet head. Yeah, so far I've heard two things. I've heard it's delayed because of the tariff situation, and then I also heard that was a fake thing that somebody posted out. So I'm assuming it's probably delayed. Makes sense to me. But on a fun note, King Ghidorah is shipping, so that's cool. Also seen the 91, and gotta say that I don't think High is killing NECA or Monster Arts anytime soon. Looks solid for the price. Like, I'm not gonna complain about it too much, but it made me feel good about not trying to sell the Toho stuff yet. Because it's solid looking, not that solid looking though. First, let's go in here. So it's like, I feel like I got this in, and then it's like, nope. Oop. Heard something adjust. I don't like that sound. What comes with a little kickstand? I don't know how useful the kickstand is. I guess it seems like it sits a little low. Or not low, but it seems like it sits higher, like lower down than the actual wheels do. It's making me nervous. A little bit. It's what I'm good at. What did I shift? Oh, these move. Little feed pedal things. Or is it a kickstand? I don't know, but it shifts. So that's kind of cool. We're not going to get everything out, but she does come with some accessories and extra hands. And also soft goods jacket, which I'll probably try to get that on there at least. Because I don't think for my own sake, I'm going to be really messing with her too much. I kind of like the bandana look on the head. She's also got the one with the glasses for the bike. I'm debating though, because there's also this one where it's just like she kind of looks like Robin in a way. And she's got the fake leather jacket. Man, this reminds me of my my Don Fry. Yeah, Timu Nightwing. Because my Don Fry, I use the an old WCW Sting jacket for him. Then I ended up I took it off of that and then repainted it. Not too bad. I kind of want that to stay down though, so I'm going to have to mess with that. Because I might be able to kind of wedge underneath her shoulder pad neck thing going on. Yeah, no, I'm digging it. Digging it quite. Netflix now. Oh. Nothing is as bad as Netflix now. I kind of hope they do it because I know they're doing the Lost Years version of her. I almost kind of want like a training version of her. Like her from the sewers, because thankfully the April kind of works both ways for the most part. I was about to say, here's old man April. Their outfit looks good. Although I will say, with age, her face has gotten much wider. And then, I gotta get more into the Lost Years. Oh, Sally doesn't say the names on here. Oh, Yi Moja. That's what it was. I still gotta read the newest one. Menopause April. But she does come with, looks like a headset, a wrench, some extra hands. And you get the little turtles. Should both look solid. Ooh, I like the coloring on the shell. It's pretty nice. I also always kind of dig that the pattern on the eyes look like a mask. Always thought it was sweet. I'll just say, the way that some of this was sitting, I was kind of wondering if it pop off. Next question. I wonder if I can take off her vest here and just have her with the t-shirt. I think I would actually probably like that a little bit more. Her robotic foot. Because whichever look's going to work best for me from the last round is probably what I'm going to go with. I wish they'd announced the Shredder's kid. I wish they would announce, or no, it's not Shredder. Karai's kid. His figure. I don't know how the sales been going with them, but they haven't like I don't think they've teased them at all, even at like Comic-Con or what have you. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna hold off on opening this guy for right now. I'll probably save this for a video. Because I think for the most part, I don't really plan on streaming too long today. We're gonna open her because she was the one I was like super stoked for. I kind of just want to get to open her. Oh, I'll just see her snail shells in the other room. They sent Russell because I hear I can swap the eyes out, and I really want to swap the eyes out. Training console, good. That's a good idea. That's actually pretty solid. Oh. I say, take it. Did you watch the anime? I really dig it. Although I still haven't pre-ordered. Oh, what's her name? The Pop-Up Parade. Because I was just gonna grab it on Big Bad, and now I'm like, it's not just gonna cost even more. It hurts. Fern? Is that her name? Fern? Yeah, damn it. There we go. Zombie girl. Zombie girl. She's in a bag because she's a zombie girl. Lots of plastic. Oh yeah, I liked all the figures from that crossover. I thought were really sweet. I kind of wish they almost did some more with that because there was like they could have done the turtles too as like not the Rangers as the ninjas. I think would have been sweet. The Zords would have been dope. I don't think they sold that well though. Or at least certain ones I don't think sold that well. So on a weird note, bandages on the legs are loose. They're just kind of sitting on here. Which I guess is fine. Because it's kind of like if you don't want to have all like the excess cloth on her, you can remove it on the limbs. Then you got her hair is all spreading out. And she's got the kind of face on her. Oh, yeah, purple would have been kind of sweet. Some of those would have been cool as doing like alternate colors for too. And I also like on a fun note that you can't take her boobs out or accidentally flash some. Like, granted, she's very accentuated, mind you, but at least everything's still concealed, which is cool. She does come with a stand, extra hands, a bone. So you can have I'm pretty sure you can have the bone attached to one of her limbs, the little tool to move her eyeballs, and then the extra heads. But you have the surprised head and the kind of like sleeping, crying, I guess. Nah, just closed-eyed. Closed-eyed. Open wide expression. Curious about the nub real quick. I don't think they've lost the license because they're still making stuff. They just haven't been doing the ultimates anymore, to my understanding. And a lot of that, I think, was just sales. Like the first few did pretty solid, but I know like the White Tiger and a few of the other ones got canceled because they just weren't getting pre-orders. That was actually when I stopped collecting the line because I was going to buy the Zords at least, and I was going to buy the Zords and the monsters. So I could have them in scale. Problem is I have to cancel the White Tiger Zord. I'm like, cool, I'm not going to be able to complete everything. I still kind of want the Megazord. That's still on my to-do list. I'm trying to see. Because you could pop the arms up. I just wasn't sure where exactly you pop the arms off. Sadly enough, I don't think it shows me a picture on anything. So I kind of got to wing it. Because I don't think that's where I want to be. I feel like it was the shoulder region. This part here is supposed to come off. Oh, there we go. Then this goes over top of that. Oh god, that shifts. Well, that makes this a little more challenging. Now let's pop the arm back in. Um, I would probably skip on it if you're planning on getting into the line, because like I said, they already canceled a bunch of stuff. I don't think they're going to be really making any more. And they weren't, even though I want the Megazord, they weren't the greatest. Even the ones I bought, like the Tyrannosaurus, I really like that one. It's limited articulation, which makes sense for the character. But it was cool. Dragon Zord kind of sucked. Like the Dragon Zord, like my Bandai is more posable than the Dragon Zord is. The only thing that's cool about the Dragon Zord is it has the missile fingers. That's the only thing I really like, mainly like about that. And I kind of just want to get the actual Megazord, just kind of have the trifecta all together. We're not gonna get Titanus though, so it's not like I need to get it. But if you're looking to like want to get into it, I would just pick up the Playmates at this point, because the Lightning Collection ones are a little bit too expensive, or like starting to be pretty pricey now to get a hold of. And from what I've seen of the Playmates, they're not bad, not as good. They kind of remind me of like the old Bandai Legacies, which I still think were in the realm of acceptable. But here she is with her stumpy little stump arm. And then where'd it go? It's the fun access. One of the fun accessories she comes with. If I can get it out. I'll be honest, I don't like. I would say the best Super 7 I have is probably the thermonuclear Godzilla. I was still really impressed with that one. How does this fit in the dirt? I was like, does this slide off? Because it's not going in the ground. And I'm confused. I'm going to keep messing with this arm until we figure this out. Yeah. Take that off. Is there another spot this comes apart? No. Does that shift? Okay. I'm actually kind of stumped right now. No pun intended. With how this is supposed to go in the ground. Because it's supposed to be a pile of dirt, and then you have the arm sticking out. But because of the way the bandage is, it doesn't slide into there. Oh. Oh, I was going to say, well, I kind of have it. If you move it around, you can get it to work. sweet overall. And yeah, I think that's about it for unboxings. Because to be honest, like I said, we're gonna probably cut the stream a little short. Because I'll be honest, I think I gotta go use the bathroom, and you guys are not coming along with me for the ride. Yeah, because you know the other Super Saiyan I messed with that I really liked, like I said, was that Destroyer. The Destroyer was sweet. Everything else has been like acceptable or meh. Or kind of a ripoff with Biollance. Because I would say like acceptable. Pretty much any of the Godzillas I would say were acceptable. Super 7 was pretty solid. Gotta go to kick for that, right? Yeah, like I said, the Dragonzord was kind of a little bit of a letdown. The Martian was a little bit of a letdown. So yeah, like I said, I would just skip them and just stick with the just moving the playmates, or if you're gonna spend some money, the Lightning collections are sweet. But anyways, you can help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a Ranger today. Also got Instagram, Patreon, TikTok, Facebook. Love it. Guys, like keep up the day with channel, donate greatly, would appreciate it. Also, link in the description for Calcus Toys. If you guys like to save 6% off your order, code Steve Calcus at checkout. There's currently shipping the King Ghidorah, so if you guys haven't pre-ordered that, you'll get it much sooner in the stateside. Yeah, we probably should already be on Hoarders, to be fair. But anyways, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.